All right, what is up, everyone? We are back, and you've made it to course number 21 of playing the #1 course in all 50 states. We are in Nebraska. Let's get into it. All right, we have a beautiful day set for us today. It's supposed to be mid-70s, a little bit of wind, which is whatever. I mean, that's expected anywhere. We're at Beal Slough, just I think outside of Lincoln, Nebraska. Based on hole 1, this course is beautiful. This is one of the first courses, and I'll show it to you, that has OB marked with stakes and everything, cut like very, very specific fairways. I am like super looking forward to this course. Looks to be a little long. We're playing the Golds. It's sitting just over 8,000 feet, which is a longer course. Mix of good long holes. Apparently there's some tight wooded holes, so it's gonna be pretty difficult today. Before we get started, I just want to say thank you for watching. If you're subscribed to us, or this just happens to be the first video you watch, I want to say thank you. Without you guys doing that and your support, I would not be able to be out here doing this. So I'm super, super thankful and excited that I just have this opportunity. As usual, we go from longest tee pads. We go 2 off the top to start, 1 from there, normal stroke play. And something I do want to say first before we get started, I've had a few people comment like the validity of my scores. I have no reason to lie about the scores. I'm not like, that's not what I'm doing this for, is to like play well. Obviously that like helps and probably makes it more watchable if I do. But people have said like I either throw multiple off like another tee or I putt twice or whatever. I literally have no benefit to doing that. So I just want to be transparent with you. I don't do that. I don't have time to do that. Frankly, I'd love to be out here for 4 hours just throwing like the perfect shot, but I don't have that kind of time. But anyways, that's all I'm going to say about that. All right, hole 1 here, 400 feet, pretty straight. We're just playing up and into the woods. Kind of a little tailwind, I think. Oh yeah, straight tailwind. I would love to throw forehand here, but I don't warm up. I also haven't said that. I don't warm up ever, really. So I don't think I have 400 forehand just right out of the car. We have OB left and right. You can kind of, I don't know if you can see the flags, but there's stakes, there's flags. It looks like once you kind of get to the woods line, it opens up a little more, and then the basket's just sitting right in there. Par 3. So this could, if this goes out of bounds, this could get ugly quick. Oh, we will have to see about that one. Oh, nope. Okay, 2 things. That went really far, out of bounds. I feel like this is against my better judgment to throw another backhand. I'm basically just going like a touch more stable. I could just like throw forehand maybe like 330, 340, honestly, and just try to chip it, but playing for birdie, you know what I mean? Get up. Okay, we hit low and curled. We'll see if it's open. Yikes. It opened up a lot earlier than I thought, so we're just fine. Not super close to the basket, I guess. My sword was really far, just really out of bounds. So we're gonna go zone, and there's a specific gap, just low, hyzer, let it funnel up there. Or be really early. Whoops. All right, I tried to fan grip. I've kind of been falling away from that. We're putting, but bad shot. All right, I think you should be able to see me. I went really long, actually. I probably could have gone like Ricky Putter. Where'd it go? There it is. Get up. Dang. Ugh. All right, bogey off 1. This is bad up. I mean, that's really all that is. That's a really easy shot. Hole 2 is 1,071 or 1,043. I don't know which pin location it's in. So over 1,000 feet, par 5, which is nice. Your tee shot basically plays, I think it's like hole 4 at Waco, where you're kind of throwing, you can either go like flex, like forehand to try to get really aggressive, or you can just kind of go backhand, and that's like your quote unquote layup play. And then it's pretty straight once you get out of here. It was funny, I was at the blue tee pad and I was like, oh, I mean, this doesn't look too bad. It's, you know, shot, whatever. And then I saw that it was the blue tee pad. I was like, where the heck is the white? I look at UDisc and it's pointing straight into the trees here. Like the other tee pads are like out in the open. So this is gonna be tough. I just need to get out of here clean and then go from there. I think that's fine. As long as it doesn't skip, I do think there's OB on the left. All right, I didn't get crazy far off the tee, but I am in the middle. Tailwind, I don't know how much it is to kind of beat the corner, but that's gonna be my goal. There is OB right in front, so if this turns over, kind of Dunyan ring. So tailwind, gonna keep it on hyzer, play it pretty high. I don't know how tight the woods is once you get past the corner, but I think it's still inbounds. Oh, too much hyzer. All right, kind of interesting. Where'd it go? There it is. So I'm here, right? So I'm in. I can straddle and get technically out of the woods, but I still have these trees in front and this big guy to try to get around. And there's OB on the left. So it's like, I don't have enough room to like get a forehand under. So it's definitely gotta be like backhand turnover. I really can't lay this up though, because I'd be like laying up for 3. Then I'd have basically probably 700 in, which obviously that would just be like throw, ideally a bogey, which I don't want. So I think I have to get a little bit, quote unquote, aggressive. I just need to get to the top of the hill to where I maybe have like 400 or ideally a little bit shorter into the basket. Because honestly, it gets tight around the basket, not OB, just trees. So this is, this is kind of tough. I do have a tailwind, which is nice. I could have thrown a way better shot here, to be honest. I thought I could get up there. That's probably like pushing like 450, 475, that's a long forehand. So I probably just could have like maybe thrown like FX2 or that H3 or something and like to the corner and then thrown over. That probably would have been, I guess, maybe the smarter play. Yeah, I don't know. This one's gonna be tough. All right, I think I've decided on detour. I don't want to do something stupid by throwing driver and it be too stable. You know what I mean? So it's, where'd it go? We're in here. I'm just gonna go detour. I'm literally just trying to get to the top of the hill. It's like maybe 180, 200 feet. And this is never a good sign when you're literally facing backwards. Please keep turning. Wow. That will be the best shot I throw all day. And I'll probably still get a bogey on this hole. This didn't go. It was the exact flat I wanted. It didn't go, like I thought it was maybe 200 to the top of the hill, but I probably threw this like 230-ish feet. So not as far to get to the top as I thought. At least I don't think. I have a good shot in the basket. I don't know how far, but I just gotta give myself a chance. The devil on my shoulder wants me to throw forehand up, but I know it should just be like a flat backhand to the basket. I think I could maybe go, honestly, this detour, but I don't want it to turn over. So I might go like hex and just hope it's the distance. You know what I mean? I just gotta give myself a chance at par. Hex, hyzer, because I'd rather not be in the trees this way. It's kind of open here. So if it flips up to flat, whatever, that's just fine. As long as I need anything but turnover, basically. Or just throw it into the woods anyways. Come on. All right, I was in this tree right here and there was absolutely nothing. I basically was standing in this gap, just pitched out. So now I have deep circle 2 to the basket for bogey. There was nothing from there. That was straight up jail. There was no way I could progress forward, so I basically just came straight 90 out. I honestly could have gone a little wider and then gave myself a little more open. I'm gonna go Berg. This is for bogey, so I'm gonna go Berg. I'm gonna try to throw it in, but if not, is that a bogey? 1 off the tee, 2 was in the woods, 3 was up, 4 was here. This is 5. Oh, so this is for par. So it could be a tap-in bogey, which is good. Dang. Gave it a chance. All right, well, should be interesting here. Got a putt, it's short, but there's just stuff in the way. So yeah, I threw 1 off the tee, 2 was in the woods, 3 was to the top of the hill, 4 was in there, 5 was out. This is 6. So yeah, this is for double. I keep getting it wrong. This is for double bogey right here. And it's not a hard putt, but it's certainly not an easy one. Yeah, that's tough. That's tough. I got a lot of change there. We got some ground to make up. This is probably my worst start yet, to be honest. All right, so if my math is right, which I think it is, that was an 8. So that is a triple bogey. 1 off the tee, 2 was in the woods, 3 was on top of the hill, 4 was in the tree, 5 was the pitch out, 6 was the berg up, 7 was the missed putt, tap in 8. Oh my gosh. Basically, the rest of this video is going to be me trying to get back to even. Hole 3, 380 feet. I mean, straight shot, you just got to go over the top. It looks like it's sitting in the C position, so it's kind of up, like you can see that wood kind of pile, mulch pile. It's on top of that. 385 feet, which is long, because you basically have to throw something probably 400 plus, you know, with the height of the trees. So this may be not one that I'm getting one back, but I don't know. Never say never. I think I have to go lightweight sword. I can just throw it the highest. It's my furthest disc. Still a bit of tailwind. We're just gonna let it rip. I don't know if you'll see this. I aimed it kind of high, but I might have to go really high for this. So. I don't think it's 400 feet. It's over everything. Actually, I went a little farther. It's kind of nose up because I was trying to throw it high, but whatever. Honestly, good shot. Like, I would take this any day, for real. This is the beauty, though, of being so far over par this early, is that, and it not being like competitive tournament play. If this was a tournament play, I'd probably want to quit already, but there's no reward for a par. You know what I mean? Like, I can probably step this, and it's sitting, if I can land just on the mound, I don't think it should roll away. If I hit the basket, that's a different story. But it's like, I might as well run this, because like, what's it going to hurt? You know what I mean? Okay, or I'll lay it up. I guess we'll take a par, all right. Well, this is pretty cool, I just noticed this. Got the course name. All right, just did a little bit of recon on the basket. Hole 4 is a 545 par 4, which is good. However, we got some OB in the slough, and there's OB stakes out there around. The line is like flex forehand. That's like the aggressive line probably. You could probably just go backhand hyzer and hit the gap. It's out and to the left. It kind of like snakes back like in and out. So I think I probably am gonna go flex forehand and try to get down there. I think that's just my best shot too. I could throw backhand hyzer, but again, at this point, kind of like the putt on the last hole, might as well give it a rip, you know what I mean? So we'll see here. This could be really good or really bad. And I just realized I didn't pick up my destroyer after I threw on hole 2. So gotta walk back to go get that. All right, that's the beauty of editing, is that you don't have to sit there for all that. It's probably good. I mean, it's probably less than 10 minutes. Felt like a lot longer. Got it back though. If I do not throw it good, I will be very, very sad. So let's just hope this is, I just need decent. I don't need good, I need decent. Get down. Yes, oh, what a good kick. That was heading straight for OB and just got swatted down. Probably gonna be a par, but at this point, pars are good. I was wondering what this was. It's literally just like a tree with a bunch of gloves on it. If I could have got the flex to go more right or left, I guess, would have been good, like over into here, but I'm knocked down somewhere down there, I think. We're gonna try a detour. Basically, try to do what I did on hole 2. Well, not quite, I guess, but I'm just gonna try to go flatter. It's sitting up, I don't know if you can see it, sitting up kind of on the stairs. Good little ways, but if I can get clean to those, I can pitch up, take my 4, move on. All right, I got right to him. A little left, but still pitch up par. All right, this is a bit ridiculous. I kind of was hoping I would have maybe a little bit of a putt. I'm like wedged behind these trees. So I can go like, I'm gonna try to just go nose up bid, but par is gonna be just fine from here. Oh, geez, that is a fat squirrel. He scared me. Hold on, let me see if I can get him. There he is, you can't really tell, but he's a fat guy for sure. Well, right next to my disc, that's kind of scenic. Oh, I almost shorted that. That would have been devastating. All right, hole 5 is either 487 or 558. I don't know. Regardless, first shot, gonna be forehand down in. It's very similar shape as hole 4. So forehand in, probably then backhand into the basket should this be good. Same disc, same shot. It's interesting, I'm kind of struggling throwing flat to Anheuser now, which I think is a good problem to have, because like before I couldn't throw anything on hyzer. If I did, I was just rolling over and it was bad. But now I'm throwing like consistently on hyzer. I'm not really rolling over, unless it's like a power forehand, I might, but I'm really not rolling over forehands anymore. So yeah, I'm just hoping to keep this one flat to hyzer. I'm gonna throw it pretty hard. Just hope we're in the middle. My detour shot on 2 was probably the only good shot I've thrown today, I feel like. Oh, yes. Get clean. Oh, come on. All right, this is where some decisions have to be made. I'm here. Basket's sitting up and around, but there is OB. So if I have a line, I might club up and try to go for it. But I might just lay up here, kind of have a jump putt over the top. Because again, right now, par is my best score. So if I can just keep getting pars, I don't hate that. You know what I mean? Yeah, no, there's literally no way. It's a layup for sure. I think I probably could go zone, but we're just gonna go chip justice. Basically to like where it lips down, jump putt over. Oh, that's really good actually. Yeah, okay. That's just fine. Par's fine, given the tee shot getting knocked down, but had I missed this tree or got inside of it, it's like literally just backhand hyzer to the basket for birdie. All right, yeah, so you can see that OB is tight on the basket. I think this might be stupid. I really want to take this, because I want to try to make it. I want to take this Ricky putter and go like Anheuser, basically like weave in these trees, or I can just take, no, I can't. I'm just gonna take my putter, just kind of hyzer putt it out. Just have to make sure it gets the distance, because there is OB deep as well, so. Oh! I hope you can see that. That is teetering the edge. Okay, it was close. It wasn't as close as I thought. I still have like maybe 3 feet. 1 off the tee, 2 up, 3 here, 4. Okay, yeah, got our par. All right, potential birdie ups here. Oh, that's a cool bird. Got that for Merlin Bird ID. Hole 6, 253. So we got some birdie ups. I think we have 2, they're wooded par 3s, but par 3s nonetheless, shorter holes. Looks like for me it's gonna be flex forehand, only 250. Basically, if you get it over that little wood kind of wall, should be a birdie. So that's the goal here. So far, I mean, we're technically only 5 holes in. I'm not through 6. This is easily one of the nicest courses I've played thus far. And this is the 21st one. See how the rest of the course plays, but so far, like this is like, I have not played a course yet. I've played a course with OB, sure, but that is staked and wooded and flagged at all times. Haven't seen that yet, which is like super, super nice touch. And like the way like the course design so far has been really cool. Hole, what was that? 3, honestly wasn't bad, just big hyzer, but still like that's kind of a skill shot, where this is also skill shot. So you have the mix of skill shot and some bombers, and we're only again on hole 6. So far this course is super sick. All right, I think we're gonna go Captain's Raptor here. It's like enough disc or whatever, but I kind of have to go steep. There's not really like a hyzer line per se, so I'm gonna go like steep and hyzer and get it to fight. I really just need to beat that wall. If I beat the wall, then we're good. Go in the basket. Yeah, I think I'm actually deep, but we're over everything. We're putting clean. Putting for birdie. I think this is my first one of the day. This tree is literally right in the way. That's actually kind of insane. All right. If I hit this tree, I'm gonna be so upset. No, I just missed right because I get scared of this stupid tree. Oh, that's actually really frustrating. That never feels good, especially because that's like my closest putt of the day. and it's literally just one skinny tree that I can literally wrap my hands around that's in the way. Par's fine. All right, hole 7. Another par 3 short, 226. It's in the A location, literally just straight down the tunnel. You do have to cross the slough to be, I don't actually not to be in bounds, but the slough is OB. Best obviously is just to go over. I think that's the only OB. There's a paved trail somewhere over there that looks like it's pretty out of the way, so just straight disc right at it. Hope it goes in, honestly, for me. All right, I feel like this shapes up for a backhand just straight, but I just have more control hitting gaps forehand, so I'm gonna go like straighter justice, hit it hard, maybe a little bit of Annie, just something, I just wanted to get to the other side. I'll get up, or get down actually. All right, well that could be out of bounds, that's fun. All right, I actually got pretty lucky to not skip all the way down there. Yeah, I think I'm gonna go Berg, miss this tree that's right in front of me, and it literally should just go straight in the basket. What did I say? All right, something occurred to me. I threw in on this basket, that's also number 7. However, with the gold, I think I was technically supposed to play to that basket. But because I was thinking I was going to this one, I'm gonna continue to play this one, because I'd probably just get a par, you know what I mean, from there. So I'm keeping this one as a birdie. All right, yeah, I'm giving myself that because it was a good shot and I literally called it. So birdie, I am now 3 up through 8. Feels a little better, you know what I mean? Because again, I think had I gone there, it just would have been a par, pitch around, putt, par. I thought I was going to that basket. I got a birdie, I'm keeping it. You can't take it from me. Hole 8 is a par 3. It's either 347 or 373. They're literally sitting like right next to each other, which is interesting. So it does play as kind of island. Anything short of the retaining wall is hazard, and then there's OB long of the basket. So actually kind of a tough shot here. I don't know what I want to do here. There's just a lot of OB. It's probably going to be, it's either going to be a birdie or a bogey regardless. All right, I don't know if this is going to be too stable or not. I could go like the Destroyer or the Sword, but I don't, those are both like pretty understable, like basically what I threw on hole 1. Could be too understable. I don't want anything to turn really. I just want this in the tailwind. I just want this to hold flat and then hyzer out, because I don't think I can go OB long. Like it's probably like mid 400s to go long. So this flat, just gotta keep it high, but we'll see if I can get there. Too much hyzer. Go though. Dang, we're either in or we're just short of the hazard wall. All right, I need you guys to be the judge. Here's stake, my disc, stake number 2. I think that's in, based on this angle right here to this stake, I think I've got at least 20% of that disc in. So again, I'm gonna give it to myself because I'm the only one here to call it, but I think it's good. Also, I think, at least for future reference for myself and I guess to the viewer, we're going to the flag or the basket with the flag on it. That's what we're doing. Right at. Okay, I don't hate that miss because I usually miss those right. So I intentionally aimed or like moved my body's center just to kind of adjust for the pull, and then I missed left. So that's a good adjustment. It was unfortunate I did it right there. And I will say this is not a long putt, but it's longer than I would have liked. All right. Par's fine. I'm glad I just squeaked it in there. I want to say we're slowing down, but we're not. We're not speeding up, but I don't know, maybe we're maintaining. I don't know how to say. I'm not bogeying a bunch anymore, which is nice. All right, I'm basically already chalking this one up to a par at best. Hole 9, par 3. Looks like it's 431, way out there. It's sitting over to the right. You have Mando of this tree. You gotta go left of the tree, so it's just gonna be forehand out there. Hopefully, 380-ish, have 50, 60 up, tap in. That's an ideal world. All right, we've got a little bit of a tailwind. I've been throwing this guy, just kind of doing some field work. This is like my more stable orbit drive. We're gonna try to get it higher, a little hyzer, just flip up to flat and just push. If it turns a little bit, I think it might. If it turns a little bit, fine. I'm just looking for big distance. I didn't flip up a whole lot. Yeah, that's still gonna be a long ways into the basket, but that's fine. All right, honestly, just fine shot is about what I expected. Have 80 into the basket. I didn't throw it super, super far. But that being said, had that got flat, like it would have pushed maybe like 20, 30 feet more, but then it's going on a down slope. So I could have probably got like a good 60 more feet had that just flipped up to flat and pushed a little more. Still probably be a par either way, you know what I mean? I'm gonna go Berg. It's Berg X. It's hot right now, so just kind of punch it right at the basket. Short. Sit. I'm leaving myself some putts, that's for sure. All right, it's actually not like crazy long. It's just back into the headwind. I'm probably 18 to 20 feet, but yeah, just headwind putt. Oh, I did not think that was gonna stick. Thank goodness. I've had, granted, I only what did I bogey? 1 and 2. Have I bogeyed more? 3, no. 4, no. 5, no. 6. So I haven't bogeyed in a long time, and I would love to keep it that way. All right, we have finished the front 9. 3 over par, which is tough because like if you take out a bad upshot on 1 and a couple bad shots really on 2, we're pretty clean. But all that being said, you know, it's a big what if. Hole 10, par 4, 500 feet. We're going back into the headwind. Looks like, actually doesn't look like that stuff is OB right in front, which is I guess good news. I'd rather not be in there anyways, but OB is long. You can kind of see the stakes that line the fairway. It's just gonna be probably forehand for me. Get somewhere in the fairway, pitch up, probably miss a putt, probably take a 4. Oh, that's good. Okay, actually a really good shot. I hope that tree's not in the way. All right, this tree's not like super in the way. It would be better if it wasn't there, but it's not really like hindering my shot at all. Kind of a fun green. It's sitting on like a little pedestal in that clump of trees like over here. I'm just gonna go pyro because it is still a little bit of a headwind. Pyro flat, just kind of let it skip in. Par 4s are great because it's like I either putt for birdie or I basically lay up and tap in a par. It's pretty good. Sit down, please. Oh, have mercy. Okay, I think that went really deep. All right, pretty par for the course, I guess. I went OB long. I went OB all the way across the creek. I don't even know if I can get that back. All right, that took infinitely longer than it needed to. Good night. All right, kind of a putt to make. So that's 1 off the tee, throw 2 out of bounds, so drop 3. So this is still for par. Would love this putt for birdie, but what are you gonna do? All right, par there. Nothing really hurt. I'll take it. Threw, no joke, probably about 100 feet deep. I don't know if my depth perception was just way off or I just really got a hold of that, but way long. Hole 11, looking like 350, pretty straight just behind these trees. There's Mando left. I still think I'm gonna go backhand because I'd rather miss the Mando and be up in the grass than throw a forehand and be down in the water like that again. Wow. That was high, got clean. Putt, probably circle 2, but putt. All right, do you guys see what I'm looking at right now? Wall of trees, this is where temptation starts to sit in. I'm in circle to the short pin, pretty easy putt. This is like, I don't know what to do here. At least as far as making it goes, I can kind of lay up there. I can maybe go high that way. It's so tight. I probably could have realistically gone forehand and played it up this way, but I'm not super good at throwing forehands up the hill, and I would rather not be again in the water. So I think I'm just gonna try to lay up over here and hopefully make a putt. Yeah, it's really unfortunate when you can't really like make a play at the basket. I somehow seem to just keep finding like myself behind these trees. Danger behind, 100%. Not a long putt, but it's just scary when you're looking at the basket and there's literally no ground behind it. Thank goodness. Kept it low because I was scared, but thankfully it had enough power. All right, hole 12, par 4. It's either 701 or 726. Looks like, can't see it from here, but you're just throwing a big shot out into the open, and then it's kind of up and to the left across the slough. Gonna get a little aggressive maybe. I don't know, it's kind of headwindy. Well, let me check. Yeah, kind of headwindy, so I don't want to turn anything over because that is OB in there. So just something a little stable, keep it flat, rather just miss kind of left. There is OB left, but I think it's harder to get into. Yeah, so I think the headwind's pretty good. I'm gonna go rive flat and just hope that it holds straight and just kind of falls straight. Oh, it's gotta get down, it's so high. Fall. Yeah, okay, great. Let's really nose up. I'm in the fairway, I'm kind of tucked on the left side, but safe, which is really all I care about. All right, I'm not entirely sure how far away the basket is. Still a little bit of headwind, but I'm gonna go Falk on hyzer and just hope it flips up to flat. If it turns a little bit, I think that's fine. It's sitting over, you know, across the ridge. I don't know, lots of miss here, so I think par is gonna be good, but if I can get clean, I think this is the disc to get me birdie. That was really bad. Get clean. Yeah, I couldn't get too lucky. That's tough. When you're coming uphill, I always yank it like that. Shoot. All right, I don't know what to do from here. Bad kick. Literally, if it just gets in front or behind this tree, kind of just jump putting or like maybe throwing the Berg X over the slough and getting a 4. But now we're behind all this stuff. I think it's gonna be a zone. This one might be a bogey, but I'm gonna try zone. This is gonna be a really stupid shot, just so you know. Zone skip, because there is OB, so I gotta skip and get over and then still make the putt after. So we'll see how this goes. Literally just killed that tree. All right, that's where I would have liked to land it on my second, but whatever. All right, I need a little bit of heroics here. I'm going Ricky putter instead of mine. Just gonna keep it kind of on hyzer. I just need to miss this tree. As long as I get the power right, should fade into the basket. If not, bogey. I just hope it actually doesn't roll if I miss. Ah, dang it. All right, I'm not gonna lie. I am getting pretty tired, actually. Definitely one of the longer courses, being over 8,000 feet. Not crazy elevation, but you know, a little bit. Hole 13, looks like 241. Definitely just forehand down and to the right. This would be a great ace for sure. That's really all there is, just stock hyzer forehand. I think we're gonna go Captain's Raptor just to make sure it just has that bite at the end. I don't have to throw it as hard. I'm gonna try to keep it higher, and that way it gets the fade and maybe has a chance to go in. Or I'm gonna throw it really low and really straight. Please skip. All right, we're long, but we're putting. Gotta start helping myself at some point here by making some putts. I think it's supposed to be like 2 or 3 C1 putts should I miss this one that I've missed today. Sweet. All right, not an ace, but a birdie. I'm so thirsty, and I forgot water like an idiot. Okay, birdie there, I think gets me back to 3 up. So I have 14, 15, 16, 17, 8. I got 5 to play, 3 birdies. We'll see, that's more than I have all day. So odds are not looking for it. However, gotta stay positive. We're having a good day. I'm just a little tired, that's my problem. Hole 14 is par 3. Looks like it's 300 feet. I mean, this is as straight gets right here. Hit the gap, let it funnel down. It's probably playing a little shorter because it's kind of a touchdown hill. Just have to get something that gets all the way clean. All right, it's a little bit of a headwind, but it's just right out here. I think when I get into the woods, it should be fine. So I'm gonna go Raptor on forehand, just flip up to flat, and I hope just push. I don't know what's down there, if it gets nasty down there or not, but I just need something to hit the gap. Oh, yes. Okay, no, please get down. Okay, I hit something really hard, but we're a good ways down there. Did not know, guess I didn't look, that there was OB, but I think I'm past it. All right, I actually hit this big guy. This is probably intentional placement here, because had this not be here, you probably have so many skips off the backside, which is definitely what this was going to do had it not hit, but I'm glad I did. Circle one, this has to go in. Let's go. All right, I think it took me long enough, but I think I've calmed down after the bogey triple start. It took me 75% of the round to figure it out. All right, this is a really cool hole. I'm 2 up now with 15, 16, 17, 18, 4 to play. Hole 15, looks like I'm playing to the 323 pin, but the 246 pin is sitting right in front, which is a little bit unfortunate. Tight tunnel the whole way. I'm basically just going to try to ace the short pin and just hope I miss and it skips long. It's kind of the goal here. All right, I think I'm gonna go hex and just throw it, I don't know, touch a hyzer pretty flat. Like I said, I'm pretty much just trying to ace that short basket and then hope I miss. Ideally, probably on the right side, because the left looks a little more wooded, but I just have to throw as straight as possible. Well, it's gonna slide for a bit. That's fun, that's not good. Oh, thank goodness. That's it. That was almost really bad. Yes. All right, home stretch here. 16 par 3, to either 395 or 405. Somewhere just down into the woods. 3's gonna be good on this one. You just gotta get as clean as possible. And then, I mean, I don't know the exact line to just pure it, but looks like a pretty poke and hope type hole. I think I'm gonna go H3 on forehand. Basically, the Raptor turned a little more than I wanted, so I'm hoping this just goes pretty flat. Oh, too high. Okay, that didn't hit a thing, which is either really good or really bad. Well, I found it after a few minutes, however, out of bounds. That is tough. Too clean. All right, kind of an interesting shot here. It's like backhand and hyzer to the basket. Oh, that's actually really good. Oh, okay. All right, 2 more. We can get out of here. I guess I could potentially go birdie, birdie, get us back under. I picked up right there. I forgot to mention. I picked up. There's a couple kids behind me. They're playing pretty quick. They're on like 1 wheels, so they're moving pretty quick. I'm basically gonna tee off, probably let them play through and then just follow. But hole, what I got? I got a 3 there. Hole 17, 545 par 4. Basically for me, probably forehand up, probably forehand out. You come like you're throwing through the trees and then you're throwing out of the trees, and it's sitting. It's not like an island, but it's kind of like a pedestal, like or kind of like hole 3 where it's just kind of raised. Par 4. So if I get a good shot here, can maybe have something to potentially throw a second where I can get in birdie range, but we'll see. Oh, I pulled it, but that might be good. Stay out of the woods, please. Oh my gosh, I got a crazy skip. I think I was in the way of that, my bad. All right, I kind of just threw the shot of my life. I got all the way out. I don't know how. I thought I was over here and I spent like 5 minutes looking for it. And then I happened to stumble upon an orange disc, bang, right there. I threw that probably as good as you could ever do. I'm not even lying to you. Pitch up, I might change from a zone. It's a little headwind, so I might go, I'll probably stick with it. Zone, we could birdie here for sure. Or eagle. Sit. Dude, all it took was 17 holes for me to play a good one. Feels good. Yeah, I really don't think I could play this hole any better than I just did right there. That was probably one of the better shots I've thrown in a long time. Good upshot to the island type thing. Tap it and putt. That's great. All right, this is it. I am honestly very proud of myself. I missed a few, but the way I've kind of battled back, if I could birdie this and get back to even after being 4 through 2, I would feel very, very good about this. Hole 18, 573 par 4. I don't know if you can see the kid riding the one wheel in there, but I think you're throwing basically into the woods ideally, then you're throwing across the slough over, and it's sitting like in the other side of the woods, kind of back out in the open. All starts with a good tee shot. Very low wind, minimal headwind, so it should maybe hold it a little straight. Nothing to like really worry about. So we're probably gonna go big forehand out wide, because I'd rather err on this side than be too tucked and not have a line. If I get inside to the woods, I'm happy. Oh, it's pretty good. Yeah, short of the woods, I'm right in the mouth. I hopefully have a line in the basket. All right, we're officially in a no guts, no glory scenario here. Little short off the tee, shorter than I'd like to be. If you're up a little more to the left, you can see the basket. I can't see it, I know where it's at. However, I'm throwing OB and it's tight. There's a gap right in front of me. The only way I think I get to the basket if I hit that on hyzer with the captain's raptor. However, I am throwing OB. Very high risk, high reward, but I'm gonna go for it because why the heck not? You know what I mean? Oh, get up, please. Oh. Okay, we did make it over. I got a crazy skip, so I don't know how close I am to the basket, but we made it over. All right, it is not looking likely, but I do have a chance. Long straddle guy with this tree. Come on. I knew it. Out of the hands, I knew it was too high. What a bummer. All right, that is it for Beal Slough disc golf course. I'm doing it at the van already because I am exhausted and I desperately needed some water. But let's get into the ratings here. Actually, before the ratings, let's go ahead and talk about the course. Super fun. I guess I didn't play bad. I wish I would have played literally just the first 2 holes better, and I think that would have, because that kind of set the tone for the rest of the round. Because like after 2 holes, I'm just playing basically recovery the whole time. Like it's tough for me to play aggressive when I'm already so far down. You know what I mean? So I wish I could have played the first 2 holes better, but I'm not like holding that against the course or anything. I was obviously on me. So really nice course. The stakes in the ground with the flags marking OB, the mowed lawn, like very distinct fairways. Very, very good course for sure. But now let's get into the ratings, starting with the course name, Beal Slough. So normally I dock points if the name of the course is named after like the river or whatever that runs through it. I'm not doing that this time. I'm actually getting points because I learned something. Beal Slough, I was like, man, that's like an interesting name. And I was talking with a buddy yesterday as I'm recording this, and he told me, when I was telling him the name, I was like, how do you pronounce this? Because I didn't want to pronounce it wrong, you know, like Beal Slough or Slough or whatever. He was like, no, it's Slough. And I was like, okay, how do you know that? He's never played the course, you know? And he's like, well, Slough is like a swamp or a river. And I was like, okay. I mean, I guess that makes sense. So then I went to Google Maps, kind of zoomed in on the course, and sure enough, Beal Slough is what runs through this whole course. So very cool, actually. It's getting points, not for creativity, but because I learned something. So because I learned something, the course today, I'm giving it an 8.3. All right, next we have the accessibility. This is technically $5 to play. It's on donation basis, so you don't have to. Technically, I did, you know, because especially with a course this nice, you know that money's going to the course. It's not just someone's private property that they are just profiting from it. You can tell they're putting a lot of work into the course. And that's pretty standard anyways. If it's pay to play, like on donation basis, you should probably pay anyways. That's just how it goes. So I'm not even docking any points. I think I'm just gonna go flat 8.0. I'm not giving it anything, but I'm not taking anything away. 8 is kind of my average, and I think that's pretty fair. All right, up next is the quality of the course. This course has everything. Well, okay, I say that. Let me just go through what it does have. It has a putting green with a few baskets. It has a net that you can throw into to kind of warm up, and then it, like right on that same side, it has a big open field that you can just let it rip. I think on UDisc it says it's like 500 feet or something like that you can throw. Just big open field to get warm. Very nice. That's super helpful. I don't use it because I don't warm up, but there's a lot of people that obviously do, and I should, but I just don't. But then the actual course, very, very well maintained, like cut distinct fairways. The OB line, that's huge, because sometimes you have tall grass, and you're like, oh, it's probably OB. but you never know. This had like stakes and flags in the ground at certain points. Very, very fun course. You had a mix of like long shots, technical wooded shots, like long wooded, like it had everything you could ask for. I threw every kind of shot minus rollers just because I stay away from those basically. But you throw every kind of shot out here, and like I can really appreciate that, especially for like nothing against Nebraska, but at least as far as disc golf goes, it's pretty unassuming to me at least. But if this is the best course, I can't imagine what 2, 3, 4, 5 are, because I'm sure they're very, very like similar, I'm guessing. So shout out Nebraska for some good disc golf. I'll definitely be back here to play this course because that was a lot of fun. That being said, the rating I'm giving this is an 8.4, and that's definitely on the higher side. It probably could be higher, but again, I don't know, I think that's pretty fair, you know what I mean? I don't want to go too high because it is nice, but there's some like Milo and like Kayak Point that were like just absolutely pristine. But this is obviously incredible. All right, then lastly is my enjoyment of the course. I'm just gonna come out 8.5, and then let me explain. I gave it an 8.5 because even though I didn't play like super well, I still found myself having fun. We're like in New Mexico, and maybe it's the weather that holds a factor in it now that I'm thinking about it. Like in New Mexico, I played pretty poor and it was freezing cold, so I just like didn't have fun. I didn't play bad here. Honestly like to know what 1UP is rated from the golds. Probably, I don't know, I would guess like 930, 940, maybe even higher depending. I still had fun even though I didn't play incredible, which is the making of a good course, I think, when you can go kind of get beat up and still enjoy it. You know what I mean? So I think 8.5 is pretty fair. Let's get the average here. All right, average of scores is 8.3. That definitely puts it, I think, on the higher side. It's probably top 5, I'm guessing. I'll put them all up on the screen so you can kind of see all of them and where they're at. But that is it for Beal Slough. I hope you guys enjoyed. This was a fun course. I would definitely come back and maybe play the shorts, like the blue or white or whichever the shortest tee pad is, just to like quote unquote have a little fun, maybe score a little better. But we're on our way to, where am I going? We're going to South Dakota next. We've got a long drive to South Dakota. But I really appreciate you guys watching. If you're not subscribed, I encourage you to subscribe. If you are subscribed and watching this, I want to thank you so much. Without you guys and your support, I would not be able to be out here. This has been kind of a dream of mine for a long time. I've talked about this, and so the fact that I get to do that, I'm very appreciative of you guys. So that is all I have. We'll see you next Friday in South Dakota. Ozark Mountain Disc to the moon.